This is a story called The Jump by Leo Tolstoy. And without further ado, our story begins. A ship was on its homeward trip. The weather was pleasant, and all the passengers were on deck. A large monkey was scampering over the ship, amusing the passengers. Everybody was laughing. Suddenly, the monkey ran over to a 12-year-old boy, the son of the ship's captain, and snatched his cap from his head. The monkey put the cap on her head and quickly climbed up the mast. Again, everyone was laughed, and the boy didn't know whether to laugh or to get angry. The monkey perched herself on the first crossbeam of the mast, took off the cap, and began to tear it with her teeth. She seemed to be teasing the boy. He threatened her and shouted at her, but she continued to tear the cap and did it even harder. The crowd below began to laugh louder. The boy got more angry and went after the monkey on the mast. He quickly climbed the rope to the first crossbeam, but the monkey climbed higher and even more rapidly. The boy kept going after her. Within a moment, they were both at the top of the mast. There was a monkey holding on by one foot to a rope, stretched herself full length and hung the cap at the end of the last crossbeam. Then she climbed to the very tip of the mast and sat there mocking the boy. From the mast to the end of the highest crossbeam, on which the cap now hung, was a distance of about 6 feet. To reach the cap, the boy had to let go of the rope and the mast. But forgetting all danger, he stepped onto the crossbeam. Everyone on the deck was watching with interest what the boy and the monkey were up to. But when they saw that the boy had let go of the rope and stepped onto the crossbeam, they froze in terror. If he slipped, he would kill himself falling to the deck. Everyone looked on in silence, waiting to see what would happen next. Suddenly, someone below cried in panic. The boy heard the cry, looked down, and began to teeter. Just then, the captain of the ship, the boy's father, came out of his cabin onto the deck. He was carrying a rifle to shoot seagulls. When he saw his son on the uppermost crossbeam, he at once aimed the rifle at him and shouted, "Jump into the water, or I'll shoot." The boy wavered. "Jump! 1, 2. As soon as the father cried 3, the boy jumped. He fell like a rock into the water. Instantly, several seamen jumped from the ship into the sea. Within 40 seconds, the boy came to the surface. The seamen grabbed him and pulled him up to the deck. In a few moments, water began to come from his mouth and nose, and he began to breathe. When the captain saw this, he suddenly uttered a cry and ran into his cabin before anyone could see that he was weeping.